world. In our own little world. Interacting with others people's little world. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's hard. It's hard, but it's beautiful. It's hard because I have expectations. I just want to be seen. It's beautiful because I get to be with you. As we talk about impact, as we talk about stressing our body out, I want you to think about what does it take to become a beautiful person, a resilient human, emotionally? How do you succeed in this world? Do you take that easy path, or do you know that sometimes you gotta put your nose to the ground and figure it out? Why is it different when it comes to rehab for you?
Last day. Good morning. Sometimes doctors give suggested advice because it's the easy advice. Doesn't mean they're lazy, doesn't mean they don't care. Impact is so important for your body. Impact means contact in the ground, getting reverberations from the ground up into you. Let's talk about that today. So we tend to associate impact with pain because impact is hard. And it's much easier for us as doctors to say, oh, well, just do stuff that doesn't hurt, because do no harm. But the side effect of lack of impact is that, we're going. Think about living in a big plane versus a small plane. What has the ability to take on more? The side effect is that you reduce your capacity. Thanks, sir. What does that mean? The hard part is we don't understand why we got hurt. It's not what we got hurt doing. It's not how we got hurt. It's why did we get hurt. But it is easier to tell you to stop doing impactful activities. There we go. How are you? Messing up at security. Whoops. One machine's fancy. That one's fancy. This one's not fancy. We view impact as we get older as a bad activity because it is painful, because it hurts, which is understandable. It's not fun to do something that you like, but then it hurts to do it, and then you fall out of love with it. And it is totally fine to fall in love with a low impact activity. I want to call in the question, if we have pain and we're frustrated with our body and we're frustrated with the performance of our body and what we can or can't do, it's possibly that we got ourselves here unintentionally because we keep reducing the stress we put on our body. We want low stress everything. But I think what's important to understand is stress builds strength. It's called the stress strain rule. The more you stress a bone, the stronger that bone gets. So if we do low impact activities, we're thereby reducing stress on all of our body. Don't stress it very much, it can't handle much stress. I was boarding group B and I came in on group E. Classic Kurt. Classic Kurt. Always late everywhere. I forgot to change my lens on the plane, so you're like 20 feet away from me. Made it back safely, good flight. I was watching Tenet. It's an interesting movie. I've heard mixed things about it. I'm like halfway through it, so I have no review yet. Impact. Where did we stop? I got distracted. Impact. Impact to your feet, impact to your bones. It causes things to become more resilient. And when we reshape how we feel about impact, we get to understand why we got hurt. It's not the impact. It's that we are inefficient with the impact. I gotta go find out where the lift comes. All right, so yeah, let's go. Now that I'm all organized and got my affairs in order, we can better talk about this. My head was just kind of spinning today. Too many things, too many decisions to decide. So let's talk coherently about impact. So I feel like I've covered, it's been a long day, I feel like I've covered that impact exercises are not bad. We get injured in impact exercises because there's more stress going on, there's more forces going on, there's more you have to stabilize, and thereby you get injured because we're inefficient at stabilizing, not because the impact is bad. Now I want to change that conversation into low impact activities. I have no issue with low impact activities, but I want to reframe what is exercise. Realistically, exercise should just be, if you sum it up really quickly, doing things that you aren't that good at in order to get better at things that you enjoy doing. So I like running, I like playing soccer. So exercise needs to be tailored towards movements that are like soccer. Oh, you blocked me. Oh no. Does anyone else ever have their Lyft or Uber drop them off not at their house just because that feels kind of weird? I don't know, is that just me? Right now, I want to frame this in a way that might make the most sense for you. You have a capacity. You have an emotional capacity, a mental capacity, you have an exercise capacity. So we're going to use this little pie chart, circle graph, whatever. 100 is max capacity. 100 is LeBron James.
To LeBron for three for the win.
Michael Jordan.
Blue game.
And Michael Phelps.
Catch Michael Phelps tonight.
Lionel Messi.
The only way to stop it. And the referee.
Mohamed Salah.
And Salah with a chance. Wonderful feet, brilliant play. Here he goes, Salah. Oh!
These brilliant athletes who are at the top of their game that can take a lot of stress. Whether physical, emotional, mental, they can take it all. They have 100% full capacity. Doesn't mean they are at full capacity. It means they have the ability to take 100 capacity. Just like this. My water bottle. Where did it go? There it is. This is presently at full capacity. Let's just say that's the biggest water bottle ever, and it has the ability to hold that. Cool? What would be easier? Say I fill this up and it overflows, and it's like, that's pain right there, that's injury. I filled up my vessel too far and I overflowed with water, which is pain, and that's the actual potential pain registering in my brain. The doctor is going to say, oh, well, just stop doing anything, stop filling up your water bottle. But there's something called evaporation, there's something called slow deterioration, there's something called planned obsolescence, whatever you want to call it. If you don't use it, you eventually lose it. This water bottle, it's going to evaporate. What's inside of it is going to evaporate with time. It's going to evaporate. Put it in certain environments, it's going to evaporate faster. How do I fill this up? How do you make your body stronger? How do you give your body new life? How do you activate its ability to regenerate itself? How do you make it stronger? You challenge it, you use it, you put it under load. So what's hard about the body is that if you don't challenge it, your body decides it's not important to have that capacity. So it turns 100% capacity to 80%. Now you don't have the ability, you actually don't have the ability to do what you thought you could do, to do what you used to be able to do. If you ain't gonna use it, why have it? That's what your body says. I gotta get home to my dog. Exercise is all about mathematics, and we're not gonna talk about that. But I do want you to know that if we challenge a higher percentage of what we are able to actually hold, it grows our body faster. So welcome here. If you challenge your body at around 60-80%, we're gonna say 80% here, you have to do less for your body to break down faster. Is there a higher potential for injury? For sure, which is why biomechanics, all that stuff matters. But we're just talking about resiliency. If you challenge your body at 80%, it says to your body, this is important. Put effort, put energy, put recovery, put strength, put all that good, fun chemicals into maintaining this capacity, building that capacity.
You can go higher than 100. There's like max unlimited capacity. That's just 100's the highest I got on this graph. You can build as much capacity if this percentage is challenged, if it's up there. When you challenge yourself at 80%, you maintain the 100%. If the doctor says to do something less, if you're taught to do less, if you challenge your body less, that 80% goes to 60%. Still good, but your capacity is decreasing. Less challenge means less capacity. So this is still adequate, for sure. This will still get you there. You ain't Michael Phelps, but maybe you're, I don't know any other swimmers. Ryan Lochte, still a good swimmer. Why am I thinking about swimmers? But then maybe it still hurts. Maybe your body's not being taken care of how it should be in other facets, and we still think that low impact is better. So we start doing more low impact activity, and that 60 goes to, or that 50 goes to 60, 50, whatever this says, it goes to 30. And that's 30% of your capacity. That's like maybe going on a walk. That's like getting out of bed. That's maybe lifting the cereal box in the pantry. That's getting this luggage out of the bin and down. It's not that hard. It depends on what your threshold is to determine what the percentage of that threshold is. 30% for some of you is like running half a marathon. 30% for some of you is just getting off the couch. That just varies based on our capacity. But then maybe we just are told to not do much at all and just rest. And we're at 10% capacity, just rolling over in bed or going to the toilet and getting off the toilet. Based on how you're challenging your body, that capacity's gonna decrease, boo. It's just, that's what's gonna happen. And what's hard about this is when we get a capacity that's so low, we then begin to think that that's the normal. That's what I am now. That's what I'm stuck with. But when all that comes back to is impact and low impact, what I want you to fully understand is it wasn't the impact that was an issue. It wasn't the running. It wasn't all these things that were the issue. It was how your body was stabilizing in those activities. It's easy to blame the impact. It's easy to say, well, running is just bad for my joints, so let me ride a bike. It's easy to say that. I'm not saying that's bad advice. I'm not saying it's bad to ride a bike. I'm just saying I need you to continue to say that I need to challenge my body. We have this bad relationship with impact. I need to learn how to be better at impact. You can't achieve the same level of stress, strain, strength from low impact activities to your joints, to your muscles, to your ligaments, to all this stuff. You can't achieve it. But what I care most about is just what happens up here and affects us long term. If we do more and more low impact activities, we thereby are reducing our capacity. The longer we do more low impact activities, the lower our capacity gets. It's purely as simple as that. Back to this analogy that I never really finished. Would you rather learn to get a bigger bottle or just stop filling up your bottle? That's the question. I might have to work harder to find a bigger bottle than this, and then a bigger bottle and a big gulp, and then a bigger bottle than that. Or I could just take the passive route and say, I don't even need water. I'm just gonna stop filling it up, and when I'm done, I'm done. I'd rather get you as big a vessel, biggest capacity as possible. Challenging your body, stress and strain, impact. Get that big vessel. Get it, boo. Get it. And if you still want to just not fill up a water bottle and just say, I'm just not going to challenge my body, all power to you. But when you come to the realization that maybe I'm tired of riding the bike, maybe I'm tired of walking, I'd like to be able to run, maybe I'm tired of not being able to keep up with my dog, maybe my kids are out running and I can't keep up with my kids. If that thought process is tiring to you, if it's exhausting and defeating and it just gets you down, remember that you're in control. You have the power of your own life. You're the only one that can initiate change in your life. It ain't gonna be easy. Just like voiceover was saying, how do you become a resilient, beautiful human? You gotta know that you gotta put your nose to the ground and figure it out for however you work, for however your brain works. My name's Kurt. I'm a physical therapist by trade, but a realist at heart, and the reality is physical therapy is kind of stupid sometimes. It's more about thought processes. It's not about stretching, it's not about joint moves, it's not about cupping or A-stim or Graston or all this stuff. All that's just tools. I care about the thoughts. I care about what is the intention. How do you understand your body? I'll see you next time. We're going to Hawaii soon, so we got another travel vlog coming up. We're going to talk about pain and expectations and all that good stuff. See you guys soon. I love you guys. Bye.